What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dyllan and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at all of the Nightfall scoring stuff, go over it. I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on it, whether it's good, bad, all that sort of stuff. So as always, let's get straight to it. So first thing, as of yesterday when Weekly Reset happened, I did the normal Nightfall. Now if you don't currently know, an update launched yesterday on February the 27th, it is now the February the 28th for me. Basically adding Nightfall scoring into the game. Now, the way this works is that they have pretty much removed all modifiers from the normal Nightfall and the Prestige Nightfall. I'm pretty sure of it. So yeah, as you can see, when you go onto the Prestige one, we'll get into that in a second, you actually add your own modifiers now, which is actually quite a unique experience, being actually able to change the modifiers to your liking. Granted, we're lacking options at the moment. There's not very many modifiers to choose from and put on to make it even harder, but it was actually, a fun experience overall. But I am kind of confused as to why they did remove the base modifiers off of the normal Nightfall, because that was kind of, so it was still something fun and enjoyable to do. Again, we seem to always get something in Destiny and then they always seem to take something away. It just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, the next thing we'll get into is obviously the scorecard. Now, to get this scorecard, what I had to do was to do the normal Nightfall. Now, as you can see, it says score multiplier 2.5, power handicap 17. So I'll try and get into this and break this down for you as to how this actually works. So, power handicap. Now, this is basically how, you're basically nerfing yourself is the easiest way I can sum it up. So you're dealing 2.5 times less damage. You can, again, make this go up or down as much as you want. So I'll get it all the way to the bottom real quick for you guys, just so you can see what it's like at the base. So it's a 1.65 at the base, which is pretty decent. And then it can go all the way up to, you can put power handicap 40, I think it is. You can have it up to 3.75, is it, or something like that, or a 4. And it's pretty insane. The enemies, when you have the max handicap on, it's really insane how much the enemies sponge. So then next you have Extinguish, which is a Nightfall modifier again. If your entire fire team dies in a restricted area, it will send you back to orbit, which is similar to what Destiny 1 had, if you've ever played Destiny 1 Nightfalls, mainly in Year 1. So, for the start off, pretty decent. I would like this sort of stuff I would like another option if we could increase our damage, but we get a less, a negative multiplier. Maybe that might be something to mess with in the future, just so we can mess around and be super powerful for a change. Next and finally, you have the damage modifiers, which is arc, solar, or void burn. Now for this Nightfall, I would recommend going void burn. Me and my team actually did arc burn with a 2.5 times modifier to get my score on my emblem, which I'll show you in a second. But arc burn is insanely difficult at times because all of the legionaries shoot arc burn out of their arc blaster on the weapon. So void is definitely the safest option to go with, just so you guys know for future if you ever are going to attempt this Nightfall. As for the emblem, I'll quickly show you guys this one. I did get another one as well for doing it on Prestige, but I just deleted it down because it didn't have anything related to it. But this is the main emblem that you get for actually doing the activity itself. So there's tiers to this. I'm thinking this one is probably about 90,000 score. That's just an estimate, that's just what I'm speculating it would probably be. That's what would make sense to me. I feel like 90,000 would definitely be easily achievable. If you just take your time, kill all the enemies, sit back, peg them with scout rifles, it should be more than doable. The only part that can get quite difficult at times is on the boss, especially this week. He's got a lot of ground pound moves. He likes to close the distance. He gets really close to you. He's also got that what is it, a tractor cannon weapon that blasts you off the map, which is hilarious. So overall, I mean, the emblem idea is pretty nice, unlocking tiers for, however how much score you can get, basically. I like the idea behind it, but again, the main thing for me is emblems aren't good rewards for me. I want to be hunting weapons, armor pieces, all that sort of stuff, you know. Like if you was to look back at Destiny 1, I farmed for a God Roll Imago loop in the Undying Mind Nightfall in 1 week for hours on end. I probably spent at least over 20 hours in there grinding for a God Roll Imago, so that's just definitely something I feel like needs to be added into the game. Maybe not to that extreme for most people, but you know, I would definitely be down for a grind like that. So again, auras are now tied to emblems, unfortunately. Kind of depressing as to why they've done this, I'm not really too sure. Then you also have the buff on the emblems as well, which is extra token drops within the strike you actually complete the Nightfall in, which again is always a nice benefit, nothing too special. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's nothing really too much else to go over. As for score, I managed to get 80,388. That was on a 2.5 times modifier quickly as well. Just to show you guys the basic functions of how they work, I will quickly hop in here. I'm going to knock this down a bit though, because I don't want to look like a blueberry in this video. So I'm going to knock this right down. Let's see. Well, I'll just put it as low as I can get it, I think. Just for the purpose of the video. So we'll keep it on there. Void burns on. And then we'll just go in, we'll see what it's like. I'm going to put it on Prestige as well. I'm not going to run the entire Nightfall, I'm just going to do the opening area. Just so you guys get a rough idea of how the scoring works and all that sort of stuff. So let's see if it can hurry up and spawn me in here. So hopefully sometime soon. Because I know one of the things that I did like about it was the way the scoring works. Like, it seems to be not too bad if you can get through it pretty quickly. The main things me and my mates were doing, because we were idiots and we were on Arc Burn, we had 2 Stormcallers and 1 Arcstrider, and we were just basically rotating supers in the Infinite Forest area. Like, every single stage we used a super pretty much, because we'd just get the orbs from the other 2 people and then we'd have ours back. So it was a decent strategy, definitely probably not the best one, but honestly it seemed to work okay, so it's not too bad, I suppose. I'm trying to find... Oh, right. So as for things in this Nightfall, let's go show you guys. As you can see down the bottom right side of the screen, there is a timer. There's certain time limit caps that I've mentioned in a video in the past. I can't remember the time cutoffs, unfortunately, so in terms of obviously Void Burn being on, the enemies still sponge quite a bit. Again, this is a prestige activity, so this is without any damage resistance or damage nerf to me as well. So the power handicap is just on the minimum that I can get it on. So imagine this with like a 3.65 times modifier on it. It'd be pretty insane. In terms of getting melted by enemies, it can get quite annoying. Let's see. Better Devils actually seems to be... But yeah, as for score as well, it goes down slowly but surely over time, so you can't just sit here. Like, if I was to sort of kill those few enemies and then go idle over here for a second, as you can see, my score is still going down over time. Now, that's to sort of keep you on your feet and make sure that you're not just, you know, slowly but surely going through it. I don't mind that, although it can get, you know, I know some people don't like the pressure of added, you know, trying to get through it as quickly as possible. People prefer the Destiny 1 Nightfall method, and that's completely understandable. But overall, the Nightfall changes, I'm really enjoying them. I think it's a really good step in a really good direction. Hopefully we just get more modifiers as time goes on, because, yeah, it's lacking options at the moment. I'll just quickly go to orbit. But in terms of modifiers on the card, I'd like to see things like maybe we could get Torrent on there as well, so we can, you know, get our abilities back really quickly. I'd like to see Bungie experiment with modifiers where it can increase your score multiplier or decrease your score multiplier. I feel that would be really cool. That's definitely something, like I said, that I'd love to see Bungie experiment with in the future. As always, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. Hopefully this gives you a rough idea of how Nightfall scoring works. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. Until next time, peace.